Hello, and welcome back to CreepyPod. It's your hosts, as usual, again now after 1 week with not Fursten's videos. He was away at 4th of July when we recorded that, so he wasn't able to attend.
No one got their blue fingers blown off. Got close though.
Oof. Well, we might have a vlog for that day coming as well, though, for fixed up time. But anyways, we are back. It's your hosts Rezbir slash Rasmus and Bill slash ThatNinjaThere. How are you doing today?
Not too bad.
Now your camera is lagging. Oh, now it's working.
Hey, technology. It does what it does.
It works. So, how are you doing?
Not too bad. Did some
Uh,
mowing today. Got the chores done. Ready to do some reading. Got some D&D lined up for after this.
oh, nice. When you having your D&D game?
For me, it would be around 7 p.m. So I have no idea what it would be for you. I
How many
guess
hours
like
until then? That's how I
3 in the
read.
morning.
Huh?
uh, so yeah, I got about 6 hours.
6? Okay, okay, okay. Well, you heard it from him.
So
Anyways, yeah, for this story we have a requested story actually from the comments.
I'm showing a
And
lot.
huh?
I just realized I am showing a lot of chest here. Let's button up one of these buttons,
Eh,
shall we?
da 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 da. Na, 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 na. Tonight the music sings so loud. Okay, maybe not.
And I guess I am kind of dressed in that style.
Anyways, well, as I said, Abandoned by Disney is the story we're reading today. Some of you may have heard it, some of you have not. But before we begin, I thought we would start doing some Q&A. I uploaded a post today asking you all to do shit. My voice is not working as usual in the beginnings of these recordings. I asked you all to send a message over on Gmail, and I got 20 questions in. Some is from the same person, and we have like at least 14 different writers. So that's incredible. 14 fans. Are you
Yeah, I'm
excited?
impressed.
Are you excited, little bro? I was about to say, but
Yeah, let's do this. That's actually interacting with fans. This is going to be interesting.
okay.
Or I guess, yeah,
First
I guess
question.
they are.
Oh,
But
and I guess we'll answer separately also. How you feel and how I feel about the questions. I guess I haven't read this yet. I just labeled them up here. How did you two meet, and who came up with the idea for CreepyPod? You wanna start up?
I actually responded to a random Reddit post, and I did a rake narration. I guess a channel before this one existed. Didn't that was that one that shut down, or did this one just kind of that evolve into this one?
No, it's the same channel, but it's like we had a company on the channel before that shut down.
Yeah, we were. I just
Oh
responded
wait,
to a Reddit, and here it was.
wasn't your first video the 100 subscriber celebration?
No, that would technically be my second video.
No, wait, the rake got uploaded as one in the last series, and that one
Ah,
it was uploaded
I was
in
part of a celebration. Yes.
it was in July or August, I think. I think Justice Margowski hit off the series with Jeff the Killer. It's the most viewed video we have on the channel. Over 1k views. That's fucking incredible. And it's in the last trivia podcast production video, and I'm so honored by that. So yours was the second, I think. Yours also reached around 100 views, I think. So your first one was actually the celebration. So like, so that 100 subscriber celebration thing was about to be like the old collaborators that has been on the channel before comes together and talks, and then you just appeared out of nowhere, just a random guy. Now you're the biggest part of this channel, I think, that's still on. Justice Margowski is still doing stuff. I don't know if we can call it higher but like if he's doing it for free. I don't know if that's slavery, but this is slavery. No, we like I don't know how to say it, but we hired him back in 2023, I think. So he's been on the channel for a consistent 3 years. He's the first actor we ever hired, and that's pretty fun. Now we got off track, but love to you,
That's how we are.
Justice, and we will of course write to you if we need you again. Maybe we could try and get him on one of these podcasts sometimes.
It'll be fun.
If you would be up for it. You didn't seem that happy at the last recording. Tired as fuck.
I was a little bit tired, and not to be mean to Natfishton, he doesn't have the fastest reading pace.
But I was there too. I was there too. That's why I gave it to you. But like the thing with our podcast, we're just here to have fun. It's not like
Yep.
we're here to learn how to read, or maybe we are. I don't know.
That creepypasta was kind of shit. Nothing actually happened. A
Yeah.
hot dog disappeared.
One thing I have to praise him for though. Holy damn, he's good at talking. He almost took my job. Sometime I was like, wait, Bill hasn't talked at all, so I needed like, yo, what do you think? Not push den vänta, wait. Okay, second question. What's the creepiest story you've ever read so far that you genuinely enjoyed recording?
Technically, it's one that I've read on my own, but we haven't done a recording yet. But we have on schedule the "I'm a Good Boyfriend." That one
Oh,
has,
my story, yeah.
yeah, that one genuinely creeped me out. So you'll be seeing at least my secondhand experience to it next time we record that one, because
We were thinking about
yeah,
doing the recording today
oh
if
yeah,
we're
if we
still
have some time, we'll add into this one.
yeah, if we're still powered up.
But
Yeah,
so
I would say
great.
the best one we have recorded that I enjoyed reading was definitely without any doubt bedtime. Those 5 stories were awesome. Like I don't see any fault with it. It was kind of slow sometimes, but that's it. Third question: have either of you ever experienced something paranormal, or are you both skeptics?
I am a skeptic through and through.
I think I have said it before, but I'm a Christian, believe it or not. I have my Bible somewhere, or I forgot it somewhere. I don't know. Uh, that doesn't seem like a good sign for me. Uh, which creepypasta do you think deserves a movie adaptation? Let's say of the ones we have read this far.
Mm, I'm not gonna lie, I wouldn't mind, like, I wouldn't really say there's any one that needs to be made into a movie, but if you were to take some elements from several of them and make a little bit of an amalgamation, you might get something good out of it. Like, there was some potential with the Goat Man, it just didn't do anything. There was some potential with Jeff the Killer, it just was sporadic. So all of these, you know what? Probably Mr. Bestseller, if you wanted one that
Uh,
was probably the most
1999,
complete.
yeah. I would say the first half of 1999 would definitely be a good movie, but like
Yeah,
the rest of it was like just slow paced
yeah.
shit. Nothing happened at all. Hello?
Looks like you're lagging.
Yep. Can you hear me at least?
I can hear you. Yeah.
Yep. I've noticed that if I just wait it out, it becomes stable again, so I don't have to go in and out from Discord. But anyways, if you still can hear me, is there any story? Question 5. Have you ever refused to read a story? Uh, any situation called, I guess, like refused either too disturbing, or like if it's just so bad that we didn't want to take it.
No, but that is actually a very interesting thought experiment. Like, I probably, even if we were to come down something, if I almost started censoring that last one just because how much cussing it was doing. Like, I'm a bit of a cusser myself, but even that one was pushing my extent. So I was just about to start glossing over some of that. So in the
Uh,
moment, I might it a little, but aside from that, I'll read through anything.
Yeah, of course. But it's like I've gone through some stories for this podcast that I haven't even sent to you because it was not worth it because either it's too boring or too disturbing. There's actually some stories that has so graphic things in it, so I don't think even YouTube would take it, and I don't even know how people can come up with it because like we have read stories that has with child violence, fucking killing children, fucking graphic violence and just everything. But there's some of the some stories I even myself doubted doing. When I was gonna record the Feed the Pig story for with Ivan Kaskinde, I was a little bit skeptic because I've read through it before, and I knew that half of it in the middle was it's just gross. Like it's not even a story. Like I don't know how much of it would be able to come on YouTube, but we eventually just did it, and well, it's still up. So I guess YouTube don't care. Who gets scored? Who gets scared more easily, Bill or you?
I live in a neighborhood where gunshots go off regularly, so I
Yeah.
don't get scared easily.
Yeah, I am not a scaredy cat myself, but I would probably guess that Bill is more on the taking that note.
I'm a bit of a stoic.
What's the funniest thing that has happened while recording an episode?
You know what? Actually, returning to the gunshots, I think one of the first times you and I recorded, there were actually gunshots off in the distance, and I just like, yeah, they went off, and then I continued going.
Weren't I saying, is that fucking gunshots? And you were like, oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So
If you would spend one night inside of any of the creepypastas you've read, what one would you choose? And which one would you absolutely avoid?
uh, I'd avoid the not Jeffy Killer, but fucking pig, Mr. Bear. But you know what? I kind of dig the idea of spending the night at a haunted hotel. So I think I remember us doing one about a haunt that had a bit of a ghostly hotel. So I'd hang out in that one.
Hmm. Okay. Okay. Have you ever had nightmares after recording a particularly creepy episode?
Nope.
Nope. The most of the ones we have read is just boring and
Really pained, to be
fucking
absolutely honest.
dog shit. What's your process for finding good creepypastas? Do you take viewer suggest oh my days.
Suggest
Huh?
suggestions.
Thank you. Yeah, we take suggestions.
Absolutely. That's actually what today's story is.
Yeah. I get this is taking a while, so maybe we'll do this a separate video. So like this is a Q&A video and we'll continue on the
Or
creepypasta in the next one.
maybe actually we do a couple of we just keep the list of answers, questions, and do another couple at the beginning of every episode.
I could ask. We will probably get more questions as the days roll on. So yeah, each
Exactly.
recording we
So
could
we,
do some. But I
yeah,
guess this could be a separate just Q&A. That would be fun for a video.
three episodes like, hey, here's our three questions of the day, and we can even make a shout out to whoever gave them to us because we've really just been numbering the questions. So
Yeah. Anyways, which horror creature or urban legend do you think would be the most terrifying if it were real? I wouldn't like to meet Laughing Jack. Uh, even though that story is kinda corny, it's still like one of my favorites because it's nostalgia and it's not bad if you remember it at all.
I mean, truth be told, most of them are just running into a crackhead in an alley, and I carry a big enough knife that I wouldn't be that scared of any of that. So,
I guess. Are there any?
like,
Oh,
I was just gonna say, like, bring it on, motherfucker.
oh. Are there any famous creepypastas that you think are actually overrated? Oh,
This
hell
is
yeah!
all you.
Okay. You can answer from what ones you have read in the podcast, and I can say anything else. I would say the most overrated would be. Well, I would almost say Jeff the Killer. It's not a great story. I only love it because it's nostalgia. If I would have read it today as first, it would fucking suck. Like that's the biggest fucking piece of bullshit story I've ever heard. There's so many faults in it. I've seen a YouTube video of someone rewriting the the Jeff the Killer story to a 3 hour long narration, and the one he did is, mwah, if the original would have been that, that would have been my favorite creepypasta of them all, in enjoyable. Uh, I Otherwise, I would say, but it's not really fair either because like we weren't there. But like Dear David is also one of those that it doesn't deserve at all the fame it has right now. It's long, boring, and pretty much nothing at all happens. But I guess it was more intriguing when it got uploaded during a year, so like you get one update each month or something. I guess people came back for it to like see how it continues, and if they wait throughout the period of time, that would be different. But yeah, what would you say?
Answer because every time you
Huh?
tell me which one is famous, I'm like, oh, this got famous. Like like being the guy who's not really a creepypasta expert, I just kind of come into this blank and then you're like, oh, but this is what thousands or even millions of people spend their time reading and
Yeah.
they thought it was good. And
If you
I
if you had to
agonized over my book for years and I could have published it so much sooner.
if you had to choose one of the stories we have read that you remember, which one would you say is the most overrated?
What was that one that kind of found footage? Like it had a lot of uh cell phone footage and recordings, and most of them didn't even work because of all the damn ads.
If you could interview any horror author, living or dead, who would it be?
Ooh, damn, that's a good one because I'm aware of several. I mean, Poe for one, Coon, Stephen King, like
I'm kinda different though. I would like to interview. I don't remember his name. Dathan. Did they run the one who wrote Pen Pal? I would so fucking gladly interview him to.
oh.
No, that is definitely my favorite creepypasta out there that I have read, and I don't think there's a possibility for anything to reach that level of. I don't know. I don't even know how to explain it. But interviewing him to just know what he went through to write this story, and like how I could change my ways to do something similar.
Ooh, and rice.
Who would you say?
And rice. I'd also add
And
that to
Rice.
the list.
If CreepyPod had an unlimited budget, what kind of special episode would you make?
I don't know about special. Well, I don't know. Unlimited budget. You know what? Fuck it. Get you and I in the same room at the same time or something. Like do an actual live recording or some shit like that. Like actually maybe do something on site of like, hey, this is where this recording was supposed to be done. Like actually do some traveling.
Yeah, that would be fun. Uh, we are basing this, even if you know it or not, we are basing this podcast on the very infamous YouTube channel Creepcast, starring Meat Canyon and Wendigoon, and
Okay.
they are doing that. They began doing the podcast separately, like we are doing, and it ended up with them sitting together in a studio.
Well, then let's try and follow in those footsteps. Like I'm down for that.
Yeah, that would be absolutely amazing. Imagine that in some in some months in the future when we reach fucking millions of subscribers. Just fucking infinite money glitch.
Man can dream.
That would be a dream, yeah. Will you ever write and narrate your own original creepypasta?
We have actually talked about that. Like we've got your technically we've got your my boyfriend, and I've thought about maybe just penning something together between one of our recordings to see what I could do.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, I've also thought about doing like pages from my book, and it's a little
And
creepy pasta.
something fun we could do is doing a whole episode dedicated on us just writing a story together.
That would be interesting.
That would actually be very interesting.
Yeah, that wouldn't be a bad.
Yeah,
That'd be a guy.
that's
Yeah,
something
we
we
might have
could
to work out the
possibly do.
logistics for that.
Huh?
We might have to work out the logistics for that.
Yeah, that would be absolutely fun. And let's see, I think we had one more. Do you think there's a difference between creepy horror and gory horror? Which do you prefer? I'm more of a gore
Ah,
guy. I like gore.
yeah. There is definitely like there are all if you really wanted to, you could make sub genres out of sub genres when it comes to storycraft. So, yeah, I much more prefer something thought provoking, a little bit. I'm not too much into torture porn or anything too gory, but
Oh no,
I
me neither.
love like stereotypes being chased by a killer. I'm like, Jock dead, cool. Ah, man, the nerd, he's getting taken out. God damn it. Ah, there goes the hot chick. It was only a matter of time. She sucked enough dick. So so yeah, no, I love a good slasher, and I love a good creature feature. Oh, giant spiders, giant lizards, giant hybrid animals, bring it on.
Absolutely. Well, that was all the questions. Thank you so much for those questions, everyone. And if you have any more questions you would like us to read in future uploads of CreepyPod, Gmail it to me. Rezbir is I don't know how to say snabel in English. Gmail.com.
Buffalo.
Snabel, like the thing between the name and Gmail.
Oh, it's just an at sign.
Huh, we call it snabel in Sweden.
Okay, we just call it the at sign.
Snabel. Oh, how the fuck do you put? If I would directly translate that, it would be trunk a, like the elephant trunk. Snabel trunk.
See that?
Oh a.
Yeah, no,
Anyways,
it's just
I guess we'll start up on Abandoned by Disney in this episode and see how far we get, and then continue in the next one. And it will
yeah.
actually be pretty fun to start up on I'm a Good Boyfriend one. That's definitely my favorite one I've written myself. We just uploaded that story on our channel. When this uploads, it will probably be a while ago, but that story is narrated by Justice Margowski and uploaded just some days ago. And it's pretty funny that we go through it again now. You haven't read it in a while, right?
Yeah, it's been a while.
So you don't
I
100%
mark on
remember
me.
everything?
Well, I did watch the video you just mentioned.
Oh, you did
In
watch.
a little bit.
You watched that. Okay.
Of course, I watch our videos. I want to see how we're doing.
Yeah. That's also pretty fun. Recently, two of our videos reached algorithm again, or our back in the days kind of algorithm. Like over 200 views on a creepypasta one, and our reaction to Michael reached also 200, I think.
Nice.
That's nice. We are getting somewhere at least. Anyways, I don't think this story has that much voice lines in it, so I guess we do.
3 and 3.
Yeah. Should I start it off?
I got this. I'm the lead narrator here. You're mostly voices, but you just don't have any voices this time.
Yeah. Let's give it up to Bill Helser.
Alrighty then. Some of you may have heard, or I guess I might as well read the Abandoned by
Can you
Disney.
get the mic closer to your mouth? Is that possible?
Abandoned by Disney.
Wait. Is your mic even plugged in?
Testing. Are you hearing it?
If you hold it over here and here, it's no difference.
Really? Huh.
Maybe it is. Wait. Try it again.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
No, I hear it the same.
Uh,
I don't think it's... That's why I quite didn't even hear you.
testing, testing. How's that? Better?
Yeah. Oh, damn, now it's fucking great. Achoo.
Yahoo! Yeah. Pardon me.
Okay, let's go.
Abandoned by Disney. Here we go. Some of you may have heard that Disney Corporation is responsible for at least one real live ghost town. Disney built the Treasure Island Resort in Baker's Bay in the Bahamas. It didn't start as a ghost town. Disney's cruise ships would actually stop at the resort and leave tourists there to relax in luxury. This is a fact. Look it up.
Okay. Oh, you're done already.
Yeah, no, these are short.
Disney blew $30 million on that place. Yes, $30 million. Then they abandoned it. Disney blamed the shallow water. Too shallow for the ships to safely operate. And they was even blamed cast and the workers, saying that since they were from Bahamas, they were too lazy to work a regular schedule. Damn.
That's where the factual nature of their story ends. It wasn't because of sand, and it obviously wasn't because foreigners are lazy. Both are convenient excuses. No, I sincerely doubt those reasons were legitimate. I don't buy the official story because of Mowgli's palace. You're up.
Yeah, I just needed to write something to a friend. Haven't seen him in like half a year or something. Okay, I already have to scroll down. This is gonna be very much back and forward with my scrolling here. Because of Mowgli's palace. Near the beach side of Emerald Isle in North Carolina, Disney began construction of Mowgli's palace in the late 1990s. The concept was a jungle-themed resort with a large, you guessed it, palace in the center of the whole thing. If you're unfamiliar with the character Mowgli, then you might better remember the story The Jungle Book. If you haven't seen it anywhere else, you'd know it as a Disney cartoon from decades past. Mowgli is an abandoned child. Oh, wait, was I done?
Technically, you read one of my lines, so if you want to go ahead and finish that one, go ahead.
Did I read one? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Mowgli
you were
is
too.
an
You
abandoned
were up one.
child in the jungle, essentially raised by animals and simultaneously threatened and pursued by other animals. Okay, I don't remember the Jungle Book as that, but okay.
I do.
Wasn't the Jungle Book just a tiger hunting him? And then the rest...
Tiger hunting him while Baloo and the other animals protected him. So he was quite literally being hunted by other animals while being protected by some. So... Mowgli's palace was a controversial undertaking from the start. Disney bought up a ton of high-priced land for the project, and there was actually a scandal surrounding some of the purchases. The local government claimed eminent domain on people's homes, then turned around and sold the properties to Disney. At one point, a home had just been constructed was immediately condemned with little to no explanation. The land grabbed by the government was supposedly for some fictional highway project. Knowing full well what was going on, people started calling it a Mickey Mouse Highway. Then there was the concept art. A group of stuffed shirts from Disney Company actually held a city meeting. They intended to sell everyone on how lucrative this project was going to be for everyone. When they showed the concept art, the gigantic Indian palace, surrounded by jungle, staffed with men and women in loincloths and tribal gear. Well, suffice to say, everyone flipped their shit.
Is this a real place?
I think some of it's happened, but I'm not that familiar with the history of Disney, so I can't really
Uh,
confirm or deny.
I don't really like Disney. We're talking about a large Indian palace. Jungle and loincloths, not only in the center of the relatively wealth area, but also a somewhat xenophobic area of the southern USA. It was a questionable mix at that point in history. One member of the crowd tried to storm the stage, but he was quickly subdued by security after he managed to break one of the presentation boards over his knee. Disney took that community and essentially broke it over its knee as well. The houses were raised. Raised?
Yeah.
Okay. The land was cleared, and there wasn't a damn thing anyone could do or say about it. Local TV and newspapers were against the resort at the beginning, but some insane connection between Disney's media holdings and the local venues came into play, and their opinions turned on a dime. I think I'm doing pretty well.
Yeah. So far, this one's fairly straightforward. Typical corporate takeover.
Yeah. I wonder where this is gonna go.
So, anyways, Treasure Island, the Bahamas. Disney sunk those millions and then split. The same thing happened with Mowgli's Palace. Construction was complete. Visitors actually stayed at the resort. The surrounding communities were flooded with traffic and the usual annoyances associated with an influx of lost and irate tourists. Then it all just stopped. You're up.
Oh, you're done? Oh, fuck. This is fast.
I know, they really made these short reads.
Disney shut it down, and nobody knew what the hell to think. But they were pretty happy about it. Disney's loss was pretty hilarious and wonderful to a large group of folks who didn't want this in the first place. I honestly didn't give the place another thought since hearing it closed over a decade ago. I live maybe 4 hours from Emerald Isle, so really I only heard the rumblings and didn't experience any of it firsthand. Okay, I need to scroll down again. Damn, we are soon halfway done. Seems like. Hello?
Yeah. Oh, is
Then I read this article from someone who had explored the Treasure Island resort and posted a blog about it, about all the crazy shit he found there. Stuff just left behind, things smashed, defaced, probably ruined by the disgruntled former employees who had lost their jobs. Okay, that's weird. Just abandoning it and just leaving all shit there to rot.
Yeah, no, I try not to do that in even my Minecraft world. Hell, the locals from all around probably had a hand in wrecking that place. People there felt just as angry about Treasure Island as folks here about Mowgli's Palace. Plus, there were rumors that Disney had released their aquarium stock into the local waters when they closed, including sharks. Who wouldn't want to take a few swings at some merchandise after that?
Well, what I'm
Yeah.
getting at is that this blog about Treasure Island got me thinking. Even though many years had passed since its closing, I figured it might be cool to do some urban exploration at Mowgli's Palace. Take some photos, write about my experience, and probably see if there was anything I could take home as a memento. I'm not going to say I wasted no time in getting there, because honestly it took me another year after I first found a Treasure Island article to get around to going up to Emerald Isle. Over the course of that year, I did a lot of research on the Palace Resort. Or rather, I tried to. That's actually, they just try to like, just
Corporate cover up.
yeah, exactly. They try to cover it up and just make everything disappear. Like, oh, that
Yeah, they got
Treasure
nothing to
Island?
make anything this.
That Treasure Island? What? I haven't heard about that.
Naturally. No official Disney site or resource made any mention of the place. That had been scrubbed clean. Even odder, however, was that nobody before myself had apparently thought to blog about the place or even post a photo. None of the local TV or newspaper sites had one word about the place, though that was to be expected since they had all swung Disney's way. They wouldn't be out there lauding their embarrassment, you know?
You done again?
Corporations.
Oh no.
No, I got one more. Or,
I'm listening.
yeah, I got one more. Recently, I learned that corporations can actually ask Google, for example, to remove links from search results, basically for no good reason. Looking back, it's probably not that nobody spoke of their sort, but rather their words were made inaccessible.
Okay.
Now it's your move.
So in the end, I could barely find the place. All I had to go on was an old as hell map I'd received in the mail back in the 90s. It was a promotional item sent out to the people who had recently been to Disney World. And I guess since I had been there in the late 80s, that was recent. I didn't really intend to hang on to. It just got shoved in with my books and my comics from my childhood. I'd only remember it months into my research, and even then it took me another few weeks to locate the storage bin my parents had chudded it all into. But I did find it. Locals were no help, as most were transplants who had moved to the beach in recent years, or old residents who just sneered at me and made rude gestures the second I managed to say, "Where the fuck would I find..." Why did I read fuck? Where would I find Mowgli's... Okay.
Yeah, no, we got places all over America like that.
Yeah, I feel like this is a great beginning this far.
Yeah, no, he's definitely setting the stage.
Not too fast, not too quick, not too slow, not too fucked up.
The jar took me through an inordinately long corridor of overgrowth. Tropical plants that had run rampant and overpopulated the area, mixed with the native species of flora that actually belonged there and had tried to reclaim the land. I was in awe when I reached the front gates of the resort. Tremendous, monolithic wooden gates whose supports on either side looked like they must have been cut from giant sequoias. The gate itself had been gouged in several places by woodpeckers and eaten away at the base by burrowing insects. Hanging on the gate was a sheet of metal, some random scrap, with hand-painted letters scrawled in black. Abandoned by Disney. Clearly the handiwork of some past local, or an employee who wanted to make some small protest.
The gates were open enough to walk through, but not to drive. So grabbing my digital camera and the map, whose flip side showed a layout of the resort, I set off on foot. The inner grounds of the place were just overgrown as the entryway. Palm trees stood Palm Beach Pete. Palm trees stood untended and ragged among piles of their own coconuts. Banana plants similarly stood in their own stinking bug-riddled refuse. There was this sort of clash between order and chaos, as carefully planted rows of... You can say that?
Perennial.
Flowers mixed with obnoxious tall weeds and stinking blackened mushrooms. All that remained of any outer structures were broken, rotting. Wood and various shared bits of unidentifiable
Unidentifiable.
Thank you. Material. What was most likely an information booth or an outdoor bar was now simply a pile of assorted debris chopped up by the past vandalism and ravaged by weather. Okay. Okay, so nothing is beautiful there anymore. We have mostly done like no commentary at all here. We probably should say something. Half the story is soon done. Now I can't hear you.
I've been making my little commentary. I've been saying stuff about like Silent Hill, how it's got the Silent Hill treatment. It's all worn out. Of course, my mic might have been muted.
Ah. Okay.
Anyways, the most interesting thing on the ground was a statue of Baloo, a friendly bear from the Jungle Book, which stood in a sort of courtyard in front of the main building. He was frozen in a jovial wave towards no one, staring into empty space with a silly, toothy grin, as bird shit covered whole swaths of his fur, and vines ensnared his platform. I approached the main building, the palace, only to find the outside of the building covered in graffiti where the original paint hadn't peeled and chipped away. The front doors weren't just open, they had been taken out of their hinges and were stolen. Above the front doors, or the gaping maw where they had been, someone had once again painted, abandoned by Disney. Yeah, no, like, company town. They're all over America. You're not really telling me anything new.
I would love to do this. Like, urban explore some old fucking shit.
Yeah, no. I mean, maybe, like, I'm not, maybe not around my town, because you're definitely going to walk into some places you don't want to see, but, you know.
But I would I would pleasantly do it in Sweden.
Yeah, no, I'd definitely do some, like, from what I hear, like, I wouldn't need to walk around with my weapons in Sweden. I'd be the weird one.
Yeah.
I'd probably still be walking around with it, but...
Yeah. I wish I could tell you about all the awesome stuff I saw inside the palace. Forgotten statues, abandoned cash registers, a full-fledged secret society of homeless bums.
And that's exactly what I'm trying not to run into.
Yeah, but no. The inside of the building was so stark, so bare that I actually think people had stolen the molding of the walls. Anything that was too big to steal. Counters, desks, giant fake trees. They were all resting amid this empty echo chamber that amplified my every step like a slow rat-tat-tat of a machine gun. I checked the floor pan and headed to all the locations that might seem in any way interesting. Okay, so the whole place had gotten vandalized.
Ransacked even.
Huh?
Ransacked even.
Ransacked.
Yeah, basically smash and grab, rob, clear it out.
Yeah.
Pushing your American vocabulary to the extreme today, aren't we?
Yeah, I don't know what's happening.
The kitchen, as you'd imagine. An industrial food prep area with all of the appliances in space. No expenses spared. I'm sorry, I just immediately thought of Jurassic Park. We spent no expense. Every glass surface was broken. Every door knocked off its hinges. Every metal surface kicked and dented. The entire place smelled of very old piss. I mean, a huge freezer, not even remotely cool now, had row upon row of empty shelf space. Huge hooks hung from the ceiling, probably for swinging hanging cuts of meat. And as I stood inside for a moment, I noticed they were swinging. Dun dun dun, there's a breeze, wind is a thing.
I think someone had been there.
Each hook swung in a random direction, but their movements were slow and small, so slow and small that it was almost impossible to see. I figured it had been caused by my footsteps, so I stopped one from swinging by clutching it in my fist and carefully letting go. But within seconds, it started to swing once more.
Okay, so
Haunted meat hooks.
So it's air. It's the wind.
Most likely. It's a breeze.
The bathrooms were in the much same state as the rest of the place. Just like the Treshen Island resort, someone had methodically smashed each porcelain commode with coconuts and other implements. There was about half-inch of rancid, stinking, stagnant water on the floor, so I didn't stay there very long. What's
Fair.
odd? Fair. What's odd is that the toilets and the sinks and the bidets in the ladies' room. Yes, I went there. All dripped, leaked, or just ran freely. It seemed to me that they should have shut off the water long ago. There were plenty of rooms in the resort, but naturally, I didn't have time to look through them all. The few I did peer into were similarly wrecked, and I didn't expect to find anything there. I thought there was actually a television or a radio in one of the rooms, as I really think I heard a quiet conversation coming out.
Stay away from the crackheads in the abandoned amusement park.
Was it really a radio? Could it not have been a ghost?
Those goes like a whisper, probably my own breathing echoing in the silence, or just another case of sound of water playing tricks on the mind. This is what it sounded like. I didn't believe it.
No,
Short
come on. With a little bit of influence here. You should do a little voice acting here.
Alright. I don't know, he hears fucking whispers. I didn't believe it.
Short, a noun, reply. You should have, you were supposed to say that.
I don't know, fucking, we were doing 3x3 and all of a sudden we had these random lines thrown in here. So I was not prepared for this.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Your father told you.
Unknown reply, or possibly just weeping. I know, that sounds ridiculous. I'm just telling you what I experienced. Why I thought there might have been something running in that room. Or worse, some vagrants who had holed up there and probably would have knifed me. At the front of the doors in the palace again, I figured I hadn't found anything of note and had wasted the trip. As I looked out the door, I noticed something interesting in the courtyard that I had apparently missed. Something that would give me at least one thing to show for all of my trouble, even if it was just a photograph.
Photograph. Okay. There was a lifelike statue of a python, maybe 8 feet long, coiled up and sunning itself on the pedestal right in the center of the area. It was almost time for the sun to start setting, so the light fell onto the object in perfect way for a photograph. I approached the python and snapped a photo. Then I stood on my toes and snapped another. I moved closer again to get the details of its face. Okay. How do you feel this far? Or maybe I should do my last line also. Wait, let me just scroll up. Slowly, casually, the python lifted its head, looked directly into my eyes, turned, and slithered off the pedestal, across the grass, onto the trees.
Again, like, this is just, living out in the sticks. Right? This one's closer to Florida because pythons are becoming a bit of an issue there.
This far, I don't see the hype about this story.
No, it's really just a typical story of what goes on whenever the money dries up in a location.
So, like, yeah.
He just so happened to come across an actual big-ass snake that he thought was a statue for a second.
Yeah, that's pretty much all the horror that has happened here.
I mean, I go far enough out, I'll fucking run into a deer and just stare at it. Did he say 8? Does that say 80 feet?
Yeah.
That is a big snake for America. All 80 feet of it. Its head long since disappeared in the woods before its tail even left the sunning spot. Disney had released all of their exotic animals onto the grounds. Right there on my floor plan map was the reptile house. I should have known. I'd read about the sharks at Treasure Island, and I should have known they'd done this. I mean, yeah, no, like, that particular breed of snake is quite hardy and able to survive in some pretty wild locations.
Yeah.
I was dumbfounded, just utterly stupefied. My mouth must have been hanging open for the longest time before I came back down to earth and snapped it shut. I blinked a few times and backed away from where the snake had been, back towards the palace. Even though it was totally gone, I still wasn't taking any chances, and backed my way into the building. Oh, don't be a chicken shit. It fucking took off and slithered away. It's not hunting you, like Jesus Christ. It's not the Anaconda movie.
It took a few deep breaths and slaps to my own face to get myself right in the head again after that. I looked for a place to sit down, as my legs were feeling a bit jelly at this point. Of course, there was no place to sit down unless I wanted to recline in the broken glass and dead leaf carpet, or haul myself up onto a desk of questionably. What is wrong with me? Questionably.
Well, they spelled that fucked up anyways.
Can you say that?
It should have been just questionable reliability, but for some reason they got questionably reliability, so.
Questionably. Reliability. I'd seen some stairs in the palace lobby. I decided to go and have a seat there until I felt better. Okay,
It's just a snake!
Yeah, I was just
It's
about
not
to say
even a
something.
dangerous one.
So it's just a fucking pussy.
Yes, this dude's just a fucking chicken shit. Like, it's just like, don't get me wrong. Like, I see a big ass snake, I'm gonna take a step back too, but if it just slithers away and just fucking takes off, I'm done with him. Like, okay, yeah, you go that way, I'm gonna go this way, and we are not going to see each other again for the rest of our lives.
You do your thing, I do my thing. Bye.
Exactly. It's just a wild animal. Again, of course, obviously, I noticed this guy's mentioned he's not armed, and if he was armed with just a pointy stick, that would have, even if it did want to do something, he would have been more than capable of handling it. I hate chicken shit people. Anyway, the staircase was far enough away from the front of the building to be relatively clean, save for the starting accumulation of dust. Save for a startling accumulation of dust. I pulled a wedge of metal off the wall, once again painted with the "Abandoned by Disney" motto I'd become accustomed to. I placed the wedge on the stairs and sat on it to keep it at least somewhat clean.
Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. Helvetes. Fy regnar det fortfarande skitmycket? Ja.
Did mommy bring you some ice cream? How sweet.
She explained to me that the rain outside right now is flooding my neighbor's house.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
While bringing you a bowl of ice cream.
Yeah. While bringing me a bowl of ice cream.
How sweet. So cute. I bet you got the pajamas with the feet and the butt flap.
Nah, shut your bitch ass up.
Anyways, where was I? The stairway led downward, below ground level, using my camera flash as a sort of improvised flashlight. You go urban exploring and you don't even have no lighter, no flashlight, no mace, no fucking blackjack, no knife, no anything. Like, what the heck did you walk in there with? A camera and your fucking hopes and dreams? Jesus, mother.
Yeah.
Stupid kids. They're just stupid kids. They're just stupid kids. I could see that the staircase ended in a metal mesh door with a padlock. A sign on the door, a real sign, read, "Mascots only, thank you." This perked up my spirits a little bit, for two reasons. One, a mascots only area would have definitely some interesting stuff back in the day. Two, the padlock was still in place. Nobody had gone down there. Not the vandals, not the looters, nobody. There might be a reason for that. This is like very much dead inside. Don't open doors. Anyways, if you're done snacking, I believe it is some lines for you. So now I got the munchies. I might get up and make me a sandwich shortly.
This was the one place I could actually explore, and perhaps find something interesting to photograph or wantonly steal. I had come to the palace essentially agreeing with myself that it was okay to take anything I wanted because, hey, abandoned. Now I'm talking too fast. It didn't take much to bust the lock. Well, actually that's wrong. It didn't take much to bust the metal plate on the wall that the padlock was hooked up to. Time and decay had done most of the work for me. And I was able to bend the metal plate enough to pull the screws out of the wall. Something nobody else had apparently thought of, or hadn't been able to do at the time. The mascot's only area was a startling and very welcome change from the rest of the building I'd seen. For one, every second or third fluorescent light overhead was illuminated, even though they flickered and faded randomly. Also, nothing had been stolen or broken, even if age and exposure was definitely taking their toll. Okay, so there's still fucking electricity in this place.
Right.
Who the fuck is paying for this? Disney? Are they still like, we don't have enough fucking energy to turn off the fucking electricity at Treasure Island?
That's a very good question. Maybe that could be the
guys?
hints that something supernatural is afoot.
Guys, should we turn off the lights here so the electricity don't escape, or that we don't have to pay millions each year because of this place? Nah, let it be. We have enough money. My gosh!
Tables had notepads and pens. There were clocks. Even a punching clock on the wall, complete with the filled-out time cards. Chairs were scattered around, and there was even a small break room with an old static-filled television and long rotted-out food and drink on the counters. It was like one of those post-apocalyptic movies where everything is left in a state of evacuation. As I walked the maze-like sub-basement hallways of the mascot's only area, the sights just became more and more interesting. As I went farther, desks and tables were knocked over, paper scattered, and almost melded with a damp floor, and a large carpet of mold was slowly overtaking the real rotting crimson floor covering. Even as just sort of squishy, anything wood disintegrated into mush when I applied even the least amount of force, and clothing items hanging on the hooks in one of the rooms simply fell to moist threads if I tried to unhook them. Nasty.
One thing that annoyed me was that the light was becoming more sparse and unreliable as I went further into the dark, suffocating depths of the place. Eventually I reached a black and yellow striped door with the words "Character Prep 1" stenciled on it.
Stenciled.
Stenciled on it. The door wouldn't open at first. I figured this was probably because the costumes were kept. This was probably the place. What is wrong with me? I figured this was probably where the costumes were kept. And I definitely wanted a photograph of that twisted, stinking mess. Try as I might, whatever angle or trick I tried, the door wouldn't budge. Okay. Are we finally getting into the real stuff here?
Doubt it. I'm getting very much Goatman vibes. He showed up, saw something that spooked him that wasn't really all that spooky, left.
It started off good.
It did. But all it's really doing is describing an abandoned location, which is fairly common.
Let's just get it out there that it is not badly written and it's not horrible.
No, it is very well written. Like, we haven't really had much shit to talk aside from just nothing happening.
It's just boring.
Yeah. That is, until I gave up and started to walk away. That's when there was a slight popping sound, and the door creaked open slowly. Oh, maybe we spoke too soon. Inside, the room was completely dark, pitch black. Good movie. I used the camera flash to look for a light switch on the wall by the door, but there was nothing. Wrong by, brother. That's a fun one. As I made my search, I was just jarred in my senses of excitement by a loud electrical buzz. Rows of lights overhead suddenly flashed with life, flickering, fading in and out, like the rest I had passed. It took a second for my eyes to adjust. It seemed like the light was going to just keep getting brighter until the bulbs exploded. But just when I thought it would reach that critical stage, the lights dimmed a bit and steadied.
I think you read 4.
Probably. These are so short, they're kind of easy to
Anyways,
just blow over.
It's alright, it's alright. I just need to... I need to become ready here. Okay. The room was exactly as I had pictured it. Various Disney costumes hung on the walls. Fully put together with like strange cartoon cadavers hung from invisible nooses.
What the hell is Mr. Bear doing here?
What? Did I do that voice for Mr. Bear?
Yes.
Oh, did I? That is a perfect imitation of Mad Hatter from Alice in the Wonderland or whatever it is. The original movie. I had worked on that for a while.
Alrighty then.
I don't know why. But yeah. Search up Mad Hatter 1946 or something and you will see. There was an entire rack of loincloths and native clothes on hangers toward the back. What I found odd, and what I wanted to photograph right away, was a Mickey Mouse costume. Ah, nah, William!
No, that's how you get fucking sued by Disney. You're not allowed to fucking take a picture of the mascot.
It's William, center of the room, unlike the other costumes. It was laying on its back in the center of the floor, like a murder victim. The fur on the costume was rotten and shredding, creating bare patches. I'll take a 4th because you were taking a 4th.
We're almost done with this one anyways.
What was even odder, however, was the coloring of the costume. It was like a photo negative of the actual Mickey Mouse. Black where it should be white, and white where it should be black. It's normally red overalls, were light blue. Okay, is this finally where we're gonna get some stuff?
Doubtful.
Let's do
Maybe.
what is it named when we say something, what we think will happen as
Predictions?
Let's predict what's gonna happen here. Let's see if we can come up with it. Probably
classic would be...
Probably the costume will start moving and it's alive, or wow, it's a murderer in the costume.
Exactly. Like that's the go-to. Or maybe, you know, these lights are being powered by some kind of supernatural ghost. You know, let's go out there because that is a thing. Because, you know, how else would there be fucking power going on?
I guess Disney just didn't shut it off.
The site was off.
They just continued fucking paying the electricity bill or something. I don't know.
The site was off-putting enough that I had actually put off photographing the thing until last. I took a picture of the costumes hanging on the walls, upward angles, downward angles, side shots to show an entire row of frozen, putrid cartoon faces, some with plastic eyes missing. Then I decided to stage a shot. Just one of the bedraggled character's head on the slick, grimy floor.
Fun.
I reached for the headpiece of a Donald Duck costume and carefully removed it so the thing wouldn't fall apart in my hands. As I looked into the face of the wide-eyed, moldering head, a loud clattering sound made me jump with fright.
Hey, okay.
Here we go.
I looked down at my feet, and there between my shoes was a human skull. Okay, we didn't predict that. It had fallen out of the mascot head and shattered into pieces at my feet. At me feet. Only the empty face and lower jaw remained, staring up at me. I dropped the Donald Duck head immediately, as you'd expect, and moved for the door. As I stood in the doorway, I looked back to the skull on the floor. I had to take a picture of it, you know. I had to. For any number of reasons that may seem silly, but only if you don't think it through.
I mean, That would definitely, like, yeah, no. Skull in the, you just found a dead body that was hidden.
Yeah.
I need proof of what happened.
Disney would probably get problems for that.
I don't know. It also might have been so long after that.
Why the
What
fuck
are they
would
gonna
someone
do?
put on their head, rip off their own head, hang it up on the thing again, and then walk the body away?
Yeah, someone just died in the costume and kind of
No, it
hung
was
out
only a
there, or
head.
someone got the full. All right, you don't know that. The rest of the body could have been in the rest of the costume. You know, could have been a hitman situation. The dude came in, knocked the dude out, and shoved him in a closet. I need proof of what happened, especially if Disney was going to somehow make this go away. I had no doubt in my mind, right from the start, that even if this was just a gross negligence, Disney was responsible for this. That's when Mickey, that photo negative opposite Mickey in the middle of the room, started to get up.
Oh, okay. Fun.
First sitting up, then climbing to its feet. The Mickey Mouse costume, or whoever was inside of it, stood there at the center of the room, fake face just staring directly at me as I mumbled no over and over again. Here we go. Was that 3 or 2?
I think that was 2. No, wait, you only did.
Was shaking.
Take the next 3.
Was shaking. Take the next 3?
Yeah.
Alright. With shaking hands, a violently thrashing heart, a violently thrashing heart, and legs that had once again turned into jelly. I managed to lift the camera and aim it at the opposite creature, now quietly sizing me up. The digital camera's screen displayed only one dead pixel. Only dead pixels in the shape of the thing. It was a perfect silhouette of Mickey Mouse costume. As the camera moved in my unsteady hands, the dead pixels spread, marring the screen wherever Mickey's outline moved to. Then the camera died, went blank and quiet and broken.
Okay. I raised my eyes once again to the Mickey Mouse costume. Hey! It said in a hushed, perverted, but perfectly executed Mickey Mouse voice. Wanna see my head come off? I started to pull at its own head. No, it started to pull at its own head, working its clumsy glove-clad fingers around its neck, with clawing, impatient movements similar to a wounded man trying to pull himself free from a predator's jaw. Okay. I was done with my 3, but I can continue if you want to.
Was it? Oh, yeah. As it worked its digits into its neck, so much blood. So much thick, chunky, yellow blood.
Okay.
I turned away as I heard a sickening tearing of cloth and flesh. Only cared about getting away. Above the doorway was out of this room. I saw the final message clawed into the metal with bone or fingernails. Abandoned by God.
Okay. Okay. Okay, we'll finish this and then we can talk a little bit. I never got the pictures out of the camera. I never wrote a blog entry about it. After I ran from that place, fled for my sanity, if not for my very own life. I knew why Disney didn't want anyone to know about this place. They didn't want anyone like me getting in. And they didn't want anything like that getting out.
Okay then.
Oh my fucking god. That ending fucking sucked.
Yeah, no, like that ending was the intro to another horror movie.
I got so fucking disappointed. I thought, okay, maybe now when we see this creature moving finally, something might happen. Nah. He's gonna run away. Ah, it moved. Okay, end of the story. Can we even classify this as a creepypasta?
I mean, it was exploring a creepy abandoned amusement park, so it technically has been copy and pasted enough times that it's a little incoherent. So
Yeah, I would place this as one of my least favorites right now. It's not the worst written, but it's absolutely one of those I enjoyed the least.
yeah, it could have definitely had a little bit more activity.
It was not too long, not too short, really.
That's fair.
And it's a great. It could be a great story in itself. Many people would probably like and enjoy reading creepypastas about urban exploring that would end like this. But like, I just think it's boring. Like, I'm not angry at it. It had some faults, but it's not like terribly bad.
It's got the vibes of a kid who walked into the basement, got scared by a shadow, and ran off.
Yeah, almost exactly that. They could honestly have started the story where it ended. As a I wouldn't mind.
And then
The
being
whole
chased
story,
by the Mickey
yeah,
Mouse monster.
or something like that. Like, I wouldn't mind the urban exploration beginning and like the whole story, but they could make this so incredibly much longer or make more parts, because like the ending of this fucking is horrible right now. It's like, oh, this place got shut down. I came there. I realized why it shut down. And the fuck?
Yeah, something like that.
Like, oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm disappointed.
But anyways, I think that's the first time we've gotten through an entire CreepyPod in one sitting without having to break it up for a while.
Yeah, and didn't need to make more parts either. But like, yeah, I said what I thought. What do you think if you went into it detailedly?
Yeah, no, we are pretty much in agreement. Like, it could have started where it ended and done something a little bit more. Streamlined all of that urban exploration crap to the point where, like, yeah, no, I heard about this place. I showed up. Everything was rotten until I got to the basement. And then this thing stood up. And now I'm running for my life from it.
Yeah, we could get more in real life experience. Like, what happened after that? Like, okay, the only thing that happened was he got out successfully. What was the voices in the earlier part? Like the one he saw, he said he thought it was a radio or a TV, or what? What about the moving meat things in the kitchen? Like,
They were just hints that something supernatural was in the area.
yeah, but still, it's not explained. And if a story don't explain this, at least, of course, a creepypasta should have open endings. Like, that's the thing about creepypastas, that it shouldn't have all the explanations for it. It should end badly. It should end like, oh, I don't know what happened after that. It's up to the viewers. What do you imagine? Like, I love that ending. But like, when it's like this and it's just unanswered questions that should have been answered, like if he said, oh, I saw this Mickey Mouse guy chase me, and when I got out I saw him talking to someone else inside there, or so, just that maybe that's not the best way to go, but like, that would explain what the voices in the beginning was. That guy was the one talking about it. He was setting up for a scare. Even that would be better. I would even enjoy the story more if he just got to the realization that he opened a door where he heard all the voices from, and oh, it was a radio, or wow, it was some weird ass hobos that just lived there. Like, something. This is like the most normal story, if I say so, we have ever read. Like, this could actually just be someone, except maybe the ending, but this is mostly just something someone could actually have found. Oh shit, I went to this place. Even the ending, a guy killing himself.
If you're on the right drugs, you will see that. So
Yeah, or like it was a guy in a Mickey Mouse costume who killed himself.
Or just gets off on scaring kids.
Yeah, but he ripped off his head. The blood and shit.
He, supposedly. I mean,
Nah,
thick yellow blood.
he heard the
I
blood
don't know
and
about
shit.
you, but my blood's red.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. This story sucked anyway. It's just boring as shit. I won't read this again. It's not like this is not something I will come back to. Like, oh shit, I remember Abandoned by Disney. I might go and reread that just because I like that story so much. Even Jeff the Killer is a story I could read again. Even that one, it's bad to a point that it's good. If you understand what I mean. Like you said once, like that episode was one of the most funniest we have had. Like we had the best time like reading Jeff the Killer.
Yeah, you make fun of it.
Yeah, even making fun of it was fun. It like even though it was not a good story, it was still enjoyable. Like even if it's not because of the story, it's still an enjoyable story to read.
You can almost call this one depressing because, like, yeah, no, that described a majority of fucking places in that I've been around. Like, the money dried up, places got planned to ruin, and now nothing looks good.
And something else they didn't explain, the fucking electricity shit.
Telling it, it's just the fact that that's just hinting that it's just supernatural.
And that's
It's
fucking
being run
stupid.
ectoplasm.
Like I can enjoy supernatural stories, absolutely. But like this is not done in a great way.
Oh, that's fair.
Like supernatural stories can be really fucking awesome. Like what about the wife story? If we just deleted the 4 last minutes of the story, like the ending in the hotel room and shit, I would have none problems with it. Totally, fully. And that's also a point of there's so many unanswered questions in that story, but it works because he made it well. She was actually the author. She made it in such a great way that you come out of it with more questions than answers, but still it works. I don't know how to explain it, but you as an author maybe understand what I mean.
Yeah, it's just like it's still a little harder to explain, but yeah, it's just stringing things together and making everything feel coherent and lived in. This one was just pure. Everything is abandoned and worn out, and now, oh, there's a jump scare of a potential creature in the end.
Yeah, also these stories don't have two ending questions like with the pen pal stories. That one got all the questions throughout all the stories answered. And even though the creepypastas usually don't do that, that was made in a super fucking well made way. Even Jeff the Killer managed to answer all its questions. Even fucking Dear David came out with more questions than answers, but that also works. I think if we had started, let's say, 2 hours into the story, it would have been much more enjoyable than it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was this story, Abandoned by Disney. So if you would quickly answer the question, did you like it?
No, I'll put it on pretty much on the same as that goat man. Nothing actually happened.
Yeah, but the Goldman story was just that one didn't even fucking. There was so many things that he changed throughout the story. It was like in this part he said, "Oh, we were 10 people in the beginning. Ah, now wait, we were 8 people in the beginning, and now we're 9. No, wait, we were 11 people, and now we're 10." Like, like I understand the thing between, oh, there's one more person that has been with us all the time, but then fucking get the group right. There's so many stuff in that story that just doesn't work. This story is at least a working story. It has a beginning, it has an end, and it doesn't really have any real faults. Like, I couldn't hate on it too much because like it's
Yeah,
I just personally don't like it.
Yep, nothing really happened,
In
so it just got.
But I agree with you on enjoyable part. It's at the same level as the Goatman story. But like, if we have to say story message, story wise, this one is higher up than most we have read, because it's still, even though I don't really like to classify it as a creepypasta, even, it's still a story, and like, it's well written. No one can take that away. And it has its moments, but like, it's just boring. A boring story that, like, I think if I sat and read this myself, I would have stopped like mid of it. Like, I don't think I would continue. But yeah, that was Abandoned by Disney, narrated and discussed by CreepyPod. If you enjoyed this video, we would gladly like you to like this video and so it pushes out to more people. Share it with your grandma. And if your grandma is watching this, hello grandma. And if you want to see more of the past episodes we've done, please subscribe to the channel. And usually our videos don't get pushed out enough, so like, if we upload a new video and you just subscribed, you might not get a notification that we uploaded again. So if you want to see future episodes, please press the notification bell. And if you have something that you agree with us on, don't agree with us on, or something you just want to discuss with us about, what should you do?
There's a comment. Let us know. Holler.
And
Even send some of that email that you posted.
Oh yeah, and if you have any questions for an upcoming episode, any Q&A questions, email it to rezbirpasta@gmail.com. And thank you all for watching so much. We'll see you either Wednesday or Saturday, depending on when this episode is uploaded. This was your hosts, Rasmus aka Rezbir, and Bill / ThatNinjaThere, signing off for today. Bye bye, man.